it was definitely something. Like I said, I haven't told you the reason, but even just the feminine stuff, like going back to somebody that you used to date,
Mm-hmm.
and then like talking about our problems to them, and then coming back. Okay, whatever you do is what you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But don't come back and be like, oh, I was talk. Like I even was about to tell like, you know what I'm saying? Because like she keep being in your ear about me. But you're like, if you're gonna go to her and complain about me, go complain, but don't come back and tell me that you did it and what she said. Like it's feminine. Like stop that.
Oh, he's pillow talking.
Apparently, I don't know
Yeah,
what pillow
that's weird. Well, it depends.
it is as a man.
It I don't know. So in general, I feel like I'm gonna say everybody, right? It all depends on intent. Now, I'll say it like this. Now, in the scenario, if he was never going to leave his girl for you,
Wait, who are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm doing off the scenario.
I'm like, ain't
Obviously,
nobody had no girlfriend.
no, I'm just saying, in a scenario where, like, let's say a guy has a girlfriend, right?
Okay.
And he's talking to you. If he's talking to her about you and then coming back to you, I don't know if that makes sense to me. You're right. Look, I'm trying
Okay, here, let me. So we were the ones who were supposed to be trying to seriously. To see if it can get into
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. Then he's
so
more
he's going
serious.
back to the ex, and he's like, I guess, venting to her about me and his situations, right?
Right.
But then I guess she would tell him what she told him, and then he would come back to try to like have a leg to stand on and be like, oh, I told somebody and they said this.
Okay,
like,
so
well,
I do that. But hold on, let me say it like this. I'm not saying it in the leg to stand on part though. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know me. I take surveys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once again, right? And then when I bring her up, I have had women have problems because they look at it like that's your ex, versus like I just asked a woman opinion so I can get a different insight. Not saying that's the only woman I asked, right? But it's just she is one of the women, and she so happened is my ex.
And it's about a situation that you're going through with your current girlfriend?
Yeah, but I said it in general, so it's not like she specifically knew. And maybe that's like the thing where like I know how to say something specific and turn it to in general, so the person don't know who I'm talking about, right? But now when I am communicating to you, like when I'm telling you the reference point now, where I spoke to this person and this is what they said about the situation, but they don't.
So this is more context, just so you understand where I'm coming from. You can give me some information on this, and I'll chop it up line as I need to. So we went online, right?
Uh-huh.
And within like a week or two of talking, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna delete, my profile, or whatever, so I can focus on you."
Okay.
And he was like, he said, "You still got yours?" I said, "Yeah,
Sure do."
I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep it up so that I could."
I'm like, keep it up.
I said, "I'm gonna keep mine because that's how I promote my podcast or whatever." I mean, I do literally like.
I know, I know.
Why does everybody say that?
No, because once again, this is what I'll be trying to say. Where you'll say it like that's the only reason.
That is the only reason.
That's not the only reason.
No, if I connect with, if I'm messing with someone, once a guy has my number, that guy has my focus. I'm not trying to match with nobody else because I can't juggle 3 or 4 men. I just can't do it. So why would I want to match with a guy and then?
Because this is what he's trying to say. I'm with you on you personally, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're saying we're brand new, right? I don't know you enough to know that's your only attention.
Okay, fine. Don't believe me. Whatever. But I've told you I'm keeping it up, so you can believe me or not believe me.
Right.
So, all right, cool. I want to say like a month or whatever goes by. And at that point, I had taken my, because you got some weirdos be popping up in your inbox. So I had taken my social media off because it was some weird people starting to hit me on Instagram or whatever. So I was like, all right, take it off. So once I feel comfortable enough, I go and I edit it and put it back on.
Right.
I put my, social media tags back on and stuff. So I go on there and of all people's pictures pop up, it's his shit. I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say nothing or whatever. I was like, we'll see.
Right.
So another month goes by, right? And I don't know, I go back on there for something.
And he was there again.
Yeah, but it's like a new profile, right?
Okay.
So, and it's like looking for a serious relationship.
And y'all two are still talking at this time?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
He's like looking for a serious relationship. you got new pictures, everything. I'm like, damn, seriously? Right. Like, you really advertising yourself on here.
Right.
All right, whatever. So I'm not saying nothing about it. John, while I'm on the phone with him one day, now mind you, I don't see this about 4 days ago. And I'm playing it cool, not thinking nothing of it. Here he go. I get on the phone, he's like, yo, I love you so much. I can't wait to get into a relationship. That's when I start getting mad. I was like, look, we gotta have a conversation, huh?
That could be true.
Then why are you up here talking about, no, we're not gonna do both of them.
Hey, I forgot you think everything's going to be straight and narrow. You don't believe in the blur. Let's talk about that. You don't believe in the what's technically a situationship, right? In general, but like blurred lines.
Yeah, but
so that's why I don't be understanding why you don't understand what I be saying. I understand what you, from a black and white standpoint. I'm 100% agreeing with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a blurred line sense, I feel like you should understand me.
No, I don't. I don't understand that because I don't move like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're looking at it. You always look at it how you look at it versus minority versus majority, or just in general other aspect, alternative, right? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, depending, I don't know y'all's exact situation, but depending on how serious y'all were, how he's feeling about you, like all those variables, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could really like you, right, and want to be with you, but you may not be to the level I need you at right now.
Stop telling me those things. That's all. Wait till that time.
But I do feel this way.
But feel that way. Don't tell me that.
All right, so let me ask you this. Have you ever... All right, let's use like the conversation about potential, right? You could be dating somebody that has the most potential in the world, and you really like them for that, and you like head over... just right now, you really like them, right? That's one thing that you like about them. You see their potential. You see what they could be, right? Mm-hmm. But because they don't see better for themselves, they're holding them back. Eventually, that's the same thing that you like is the same thing they're not like going on. So you start like drifting away from the person because they're not fulfilling on their potential, like they're being lazy on it.
No, I don't think I've experienced that yet.
Oh, really?
Not that I noticed right now, anyway.
Oh, okay.
I don't recall. I'm gonna say that.
Okay. So just in general, like you like somebody for something, but then you can really like somebody for something and don't like somebody for something, and that could hold you back from it.
But then don't open your mouth talking about I like if you know that you like them, but at the same time you don't like them, and you might be wanting to explore the options. Then don't sit here and start rapping in their ear. That's the only thing. That's just like a job, right? Let's say.
Nah, I don't look at it like that.
No, if a job's like, hey John, we got this position for you, man, and you like, hey, all you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? We getting close. And then that's around and like, hey, we're gonna take this announcement down, because that's your spot right there, boy. And then you turn around, you getting all like happy for it, right? And then you turn around, you go on a break room one day, boom, position was reposted. And you like, damn, I thought that, you know what? All right, maybe it's a misunderstanding, whatever. So you walking back to your office, hey John, you ready for that spot?
Okay, so let me.
You ain't gonna play in my face like that.
That's all right. Like, that's a good example. That's a good example. I feel like this. I guess the best I can say is two things can be true, right? Because I don't know how you look at like, let's just use dating world in general, right? Mm-hmm. Where some people date multiple people at the same time, right? It's like filtering your options, right? You are checking the options, mm-hmm. And this time I'm in my option filtering time, so I may be seeing multiple people, but you can be the number one right here. So I really do like you the most, but I'm not 100% there yet. Yeah, there's
look.
And I hate when females say that. There's no right way to say that to a female.
You could say, "Hey, I really do like you, but I just want to make sure that I don't want to mess around and make that move, and it's not right." Whatever you got to say that. But don't be sitting here having somebody thinking something, and then you turn. And that wasn't the problem because I used to hate when he'd be like, "I love you." You don't love me. You barely know me. Like, stop saying that. But it was the fakeness. Do not be fake with me.
Were you saying? I'm just curious at this point. Mm-hmm. Were you saying any of those maybe affectionate things to him? Just affectionate. No?
What was you say? Just affectionate?
Yeah, like
I would tell him if I like them.
Anything that would maybe possibly think that for his side, think that y'all could go further than whatever y'all were.
I don't know. I think, but I guess y'all
all right.
Ask
and the only reason I was going to ask is I just need. So for right now, we kind of say yes, maybe. Mm-hmm. All right. Then my next question would be: didn't you still have a profile up there?
You better. We getting to that. So look.
You know what I'm saying? That's now I can see we're on the same page.
We getting to that.
All right.
So what he tries to do, he tries to flip it. Because I was like, yo, so, I was on there editing something, and then I saw that you had your profile up there. He automatically gets offensive, and he's like, so, hold on. How did you see my profile?
That's what I'm saying.
No, you ain't gonna. So look, he's like, how did you see my profile?
Because what you just said. I'm on there editing it. What are you editing it for?
But look, this is the thing. I never told you I was taking it down. That's the difference.
Okay,
what if I had you're lying.
No, okay.
Why are you doing
I agree. Now that we're in this conversation, when I did tell you I'm gonna take this shit down because I'm feeling you and I want to focus on you, your response made me change my mind afterwards. So I kept that shit up.
He tried to pull that, right? He was like, yo, I ain't no suck out here. You ain't about to be on a whole app or whatever.
That is true though.
Okay, that's fine, right? But then again, the issue isn't the app. The issue is that you're trying to play in my face like you don't have the app up there. He
wasn't. He wasn't trying to hide it. So how is he trying to hide it? If I'm not trying, like, I understand. I said
he's
that.
Not trying to hide it.
No. I understand. Once again, I agree that I did say this to you, 100%. Right. So I'm not taking that. You're right, Kelly. I did say that, right? Mm-hmm. But I did keep my profile up there. So like, if you ran into it, it wasn't like I was trying to hide.
No, he didn't. He said, because see, it's the way it works is it's not going to say new profile or just new user, whatever it says, just joined if you didn't just join. I think it stays up there for like
okay. I can defend that too.
He did take it down, but he recreated it.
After I saw you never took your... All right, I'm more in defense with him. Well, I understand because I'm going to show you why, right? Cool. At first, matter of fact, I'm 100% I'm more on his side, more and more I think about this. So I told you I was going to take it down because I want to focus on you. Mm-hmm. I did that because, like you said, I had to get a new profile. So I did exactly what I said, right? Mm-hmm. So we're on the same page. I never lied about that. Mm-hmm. Now, like you said, y'all been talking for maybe a couple months at this point, right? Mm-hmm. You still never found a reason to take yours down. And like I said, I don't know where y'all at this point, but let's just say in general, wherever y'all at, you keeping your profile, no matter the reason, right? Still is showing me like, yo, you're still out here.
And that's fine.
So now that I see just off of your action alone, just like you saying, you sitting back and looking and taking in your information and doing whatever. When I did just so happen to scroll past and saw Kelly is still up here, although we've been talking, I may think you are trying to play me or you've been lying. Or maybe where I thought we were at. Let's not use lying. Where I think we are, we're not.
Because my profile is set up there.
Yes. And okay. I understand what you're trying to say, what you're using it for, right? But if we're still saying it's a dating app regardless, now you may be using it for something different, but it's still a dating app, right?
And I get that, and that's fine, but that's when you have the discussion.
No, you didn't have the discussion.
I did.
No, you wait. Not initially. You said you went up there first, you saw it, you ain't say nothing, then it went on something later, and
the discussion was, hey, you gonna take it down for whatever reason? Okay, I'm gonna keep mine up for this reason. That's the first discussion. Now, when I seen it again,
you didn't say nothing.
I didn't say nothing, but I didn't care. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Like the third time, I didn't care. The thing is, when I get on this phone, do not try and be fake. Do not. Get off my phone talking like you don't got a whole profile that you just created.
I think it's you. It's not in my opinion, because like I said, I'm going off of him. If he did everything he said he was gonna do, and we just agreed, right? I did take it down. Mm-hmm. Right, and like I said, I'm with you on your side.
If you felt the
I just don't feel like
you should have said something.
I don't know. This is what I'm trying to say, and because you keep going about how you would do it, right? Just like you were able to go onto the website and see his profile and not say nothing, right? Mm-hmm. I'm allowed to go on this and see something and not say something to you also.
And look, the whole point is going back to the job. Do not be John. If you want to open up the announcement for other people to apply, and you don't know if you want to go through me, fine, but don't hype me up like I'm the only one.
So I'm gonna flip it. No, I'm gonna flip it, man. Right? Let's use your same example because I hope I get this right. You told me I have this job, right?
Yes.
I'm hyped up. I'm saying this as you being the job, same way you're saying it. Mm-hmm. You keep coming to me, Jonathan. You got this job. Don't you worry about it. We flowing. We're still in the process to getting you the job, right? Mm-hmm. And I go off and Indeed. You got my job posted.
Wait, I got your job posted?
Right, because if you're telling me, same scenario, right? If you're telling me we are this.
You mean you saw my resume on Indeed?
No, you're the job. right? You're saying, hey, I need a warehouse worker. But you came to me like, hey, Jonathan, I know you're next up for the warehouse worker. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. We're good, right? Mm-hmm. But now, let's say it's a month later or something like that still. I go back on Indeed, and you got my same position that you tell me is mine posted. I can fill away because it's the same scenario the other way.
You can fill away, but hold on. I actually told you before. There should be no surprise.
No, before. That was before. Because one thing I think that for our conversation, to me, timeline matters. And once again, unfortunately, the non-communication about the profile pictures on both of y'all is really the situation, right? Whereas, like I said, to me, if I think we've been rocking, let's say it's 4 months down the line, we've been on a date and that, if I just so happen to got back on it and you're still on it, I would be wondering why you're still on this if we're supposed to be progressing to this. I feel that's a fair question. Like you say, he could have came to you. And
that's when you have the conversation. And don't sit here and be like, the thing is, if I tell you I'm keeping it up there and I give you my reason and you okay with it, the minute you turn around and you feel a different way, have the conversation, say, hey, Kelly, it's been a minute. Do you still have your thing up or whatever? And if I tell you why, and then we can discuss, and I may take it down because now I'm about to get into a relationship. So I understand it's respecting my relationship. But you sitting here bringing it upon yourself, forgetting everything I told you. That's going back to Indeed, right? If I tell you, Jonathan, you basically got the job, but I'm going to keep the announcement on Indeed because we still have to go through that process where we post it open to other people. However, you understand, just through HR, you got to post it. But I know we're going to hire you.
So let me ask you
this. You can't complain that you started on.
So watch this. Let me try another one, right? Just as far as this scenario. This is both of us, right? Jonathan, I want you to be the warehouse person, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. The application should still be up there. So we both are in a waiting process, right? Mm-hmm. So we both exactly ain't where we're supposed to be. Do you tell your job when you become impatient that you put in another resume to another job?
I have, I don't know. I believe.
But is that you get what I'm trying to say? Most people don't just, like, when you're searching for another job, they don't tell their current job, I'm seeking. Yeah, some people are bold like that. But I'm saying for the most part, you don't tell your initial job you have another job or you searching until.
And maybe that's why I don't understand, simply because I do tell my jobs.
And that's what I'm saying.
The grocery store knew, hey, I'm looking for another job.
All right, now outside of you understand that's not what most people do.
Okay. But if I'm now,
that's what I'm saying. Right? You can't base everything. I understand for your intake, right? But once again, if you're going to be objective, you can't just be like, yo, I do it like this only. So any other way outside of this.
Most people, again, the point is not that you have the day. My whole thing is
everybody reacts different.
Tell me one thing and do something different. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Because you want to say most people with their job. Most people ain't, hey, I'm gonna be here another 5 years. Knowing damn well you about to leave next month. Like,
no, some people do, because once again, and I'm saying in the aspect of this, and that's what I'm saying about the potential, right, in a situation. I believed at one time this may be the journey we're gonna be on with this, right? And now that we're on this journey, it's not going how I thought it was unfolding.
That wasn't it.
Hold on, I'm just giving you giving you a perspective, because like I said, from me, I hear what you're saying, so I'm not saying you're wrong in it at all, right? That is one way of going about it, right? But I also don't feel like it's wrong to go about it how he went about it, depending on how, because like I said, I don't know, and that's where you be trying to win these conversations. I don't know how y'all process was going, right? But there could have been somewhere, I'm believing me and Kelly are going somewhere like this, and because you're not showing him, I'm saying this aspect, you're not showing him something that he thought he's going to get from you, right? Now I could move however the fuck I want to move because I already made my decision whether I tell you or not.
And that's fine. But if you're not getting what you want from me and you made your decision, why would you hop on the phone pretending that you did?
It's called spitting game.
Exactly. And that's all I was saying is don't try to wrap me up with these words and shit because I already see what the deal is. That's all I was saying.
That's part of the dating game.
And you got caught me on the bullshit. What it is. Like, just be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You got, say something. Don't sit here and try to flip it on me.
No, I mean, that is my reason. I'm not flipping it, but that is my reason. Two people could be right and wrong. I mean, both people could be right at the same time. Two things could be true.
All I was saying is, if that's what you're going to do it. But don't get on this phone. It's just like, look, I'm going to use a horrible example. It's a crazy example.
Okay.
Let's say you met this girl, right? And she's,
Fuck, I keep doing my phone.
I don't know. You even call it?
Mm-mm. I'll find it.
Let's say you met this girl and, you know, she uh she pretending to be like a little virgin or something, right?
Oh yeah, we talk about this all the time.
And whole time,
she's a hoe.
No, whatever the case is, your man's already showed you proof he used to mess with her.
Okay.
Years ago, but he still messed with her before he.
Okay.
But every time she get around you, she like, oh, I'm glad I waited. I can't wait till we can have my first moment. And you kind of ignoring it at first, right? Because you know what you know.
That's different.
No, it's not. You know what you know.
You just said it was a horrible example, so I agree with you.
Hey,
that's funny.
Hear it out though. She telling you this shit, and you like, oh, lying ass.
Hold on now.
She acting like she ain't never did nothing. And whole time, your man's, you saw a whole video. You're not finna sit here and play with me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no. That's all it is. It's like, I just saw you online. Don't get on this phone and start acting like,
once again,
it's special.
I'm not saying it, but I feel like this is only in my perspective because I don't have the other factors, right? Like I said, if in January we both met on this dating site and your picture's up there, cool, networking, whatever the fuck reason you said you're keeping yours up there, right? I'm with you. But it's now June and you still up there. In my head, you never thought of another way to network? Like just off of you, like the respect, for the respect of me, maybe I did. All right, well, I was like, I don't want to say nothing, right? Let me see what she's going to do about it, right? And you just never did nothing about it. The only
way you can see what I'm going to do is if you keep yours up there to see what I'm going to do.
No.
How would you know I still have it?
I rejoined, and then guess what? Guess who's still up here when I rejoined?
So you keep going on it.
I went on. Yes, I went on there
to try and find me.
And guess what I found? You.
Okay. So what if I keep mine up? So just to see if you end up, I keep mine up.
So you're keeping yours up to see if I keep mine up.
Both ways, but that again, you understand the point I was trying to make. Just don't be fake. So he goes and he tells the girl.
That's funny.
He tells the girl. I guess he said he's telling his sister, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, I told my sister, and even she didn't get it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I said maybe your sisters talk to both of us so I can explain it. He was like, that sounds dumb. You keep it up for a social to draw people to your page. I said,
I do agree. I do agree.
Whatever you
for the standpoint of what y'all are. Like I said, I agree with you that at some point, if he felt some type of way, now we should talk about it. So that's why I'm not fighting you on that, right? Yes, I feel like y'all both should have said something in general, but on his standpoint of you did tell him first, hey, this is why I'm keeping up with him, and he accepted it. And that's kind of what was going back to earlier about, all right, once you open the door with it, you can't be mad at the outcome later. You know what I'm saying? He might be like, cool right now, I'm going to say it now, but he ain't know you were going to keep that bitch up there this long. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people think about the present, but not the future sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what kind of happened. Like, in the present, when I first met you, it's not a problem. In the future, hey, nigga, why are you still up here? Same reason. Nothing might have ever changed.
And that's fine, right? And but I was like, I said, I don't haven't even talked about it. I said I could show you. No, I don't want to see it. So what you're telling me is you don't want to see the proof.
No, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that either. So I'm gonna say, all right, I used this on a girl one time. This is one of the rare occasions where I went through a girl's phone, right? So, once again, at this point, I just think you're a habitual liar, right? So I just feel like anything I'm gonna say to you, you're gonna lie. So let me get the proof first. So go on her phone, see what I see, get the proof that I need, right? So when I'm, confront her about it, whatever, and I'm really just seeing if she's gonna lie to me at this point. Just long story short, right? So
this isn't her, by the way, is it? My friend?
Yeah, this her too. It's a whole different scenario, right? This one I'm not as mad at. Well, I am, but in general. But long story short is where people are like, yo, let me give you the proof, right? And in the technology world right now, right? Mm-hmm. You gotta understand, people can make fake text messages. People can delete all types of shit, right? If you're saying, let me give you the information. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No matter what you told him at that point, because he wanted to stay on there and have some sort of valid point, it doesn't matter what I tell him. He's still, I said, there's no reason for me. I told you who I talked to. But there's no need for you to do all
that. Let me switch it and let me just say it like this, just in the grand scheme thing, right? So let's say you're a healthy person, right? Let's say he was toxic, right? this is a scenario where I say sometimes the past holds people, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the scenario, you could be being honest. Everything you're saying is true. Everything that you're saying is innocent, how it really is, right? But because I'm not used to dealing with this, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I've never dealt with somebody like being honest in their intentions in a sense, right? Like actions and words matching. It's usually the opposite, right? So now that I am meeting a person like this, I'm I'm so traumatized or so used to it being the other way. I don't know how to face this new, what it is, the reality of what this actual situation is.
You know how you say like you feel like women, because you date women, you feel like they, I guess they don't know how to maintain what after they maintain whatever they've obtained. I'm realizing it's kind of like that with some guys I meet where it's just like they be like, oh, I want this, I want that, and then it's like when you get it, it's almost like they're looking for something to be wrong.
Most people don't know. I say this in general, right? Most people aren't ready for what they ask for, right? Because they never prepare for it.